I know exactly how it feels to be skinny fat. I let myself go a few months ago. I couldn't take my shirt off in front of anyone and I'd avoid dating altogether because I was humiliated by how I looked. But I use everything I know and turn my life around in just 3 months. And I'm confident I can help you do the same because I've helped so many people just like you. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact 5-step solution I use to fix my skinny fat body fast. And by the end of this, your girlfriends will be getting hotter. And if you're married, maybe she'll start allowing you to look openly. Now, being skinny fat isn't some complex curse. It just means you've got a bit too much fat and not enough muscle. So should you cut to get rid of the fat or bulk to put on more muscle? Now, this recent study had 3 groups who were lifting weights. One of them was eating at maintenance calories, one was in a small surplus, and one was in a large calorie surplus. All 3 groups made very similar gains in strength and muscle size. So here's how to decide what you should do. Now picture a skinny fat spectrum. If you're in the middle, you've got some muscle, not too much fat, you're comfortable taking your shirt off in front of her, then you don't need to bulk or cut. You can build muscle and lose fat eating around your maintenance calories. But if you're on the fatter side, you got so much more fat than muscle, and you're running to turn the lights off before sex like I do, start with a cut. Drop your calories down by 500 below your maintenance. And studies have shown us that you can still build muscle because your body has enough internal energy reserves or fat to support new muscle growth, even when you're on a deficit. And that's exactly what I did because I was sick of being trapped in that ugly fat body. I just wanted my belly fat to go as soon as possible. And once I dropped the fat, everything changed. I had energy again. I felt like myself. But when I looked in the mirror, I realized I still wasn't happy. I compete in jiu-jitsu at 155 pounds, but I want to compete at 175 and look like someone who's 175. There's no way that's happening without eating more. You don't grow 20 pounds of mass out of thin air. You have to bulk. So I switched gears and I upped my calories. I started chasing growth instead. Now it all comes down to where you are and what you want. If you're trying to pack on serious size, you want to be big and strong to carry 2 sexy women on your shoulders, that muscle isn't going to build itself. You'll need to bulk. But if you're someone in the middle, you don't want to be super big and you're not too fat and you're not super lean, then eating at your maintenance is the sweet spot. You can build muscle and burn fat at the same time. That's just body recomposition. But if you're on the fatter side and you want to be shirtless in public as soon as possible, you wanted to laugh and touch your abs, and start with a 500 calorie deficit. That fat will come off faster and you're still in a great position to build muscle. Now, if you have no idea how many calories you should be eating, that's step 1. You'll never get jacked at 15% body fat without locking in that first. But there are also 5 other essential steps most people miss. So I put it all together for you in one simple guide. You can download it for free, links in the description. Now, escaping skinny fat comes down to one thing above all: building muscle. Because you can be chubby and still look good if you have muscle underneath. Now, the biggest reason most people never put on muscle is not their genetics. It's because they're following a garbage program that isn't built to actually grow muscle. So let me walk you through the exact program that I use to transform myself and my clients. So when I was younger, I trained like a retard. 4 exercises per body part, 4 sets each, every session. Absolute overkill. Now take a look at this. These are my arms just 4 months apart. And I only train them for 10 minutes twice a week. It's not about doing more. It's about doing the right things. Think of it like trying to please your partner. You don't just go in doing everything and throw the whole fist inside. You do a few selective signature moves and you do them well. So I'm going to show you the basic split in detail that changed everything for me and will for you. And that split is pull, push, legs. Now we're spacing the pull day and the leg day so our back has more time to recover. Otherwise, you'll be squatting with the back that's still fried from the previous day. If you want a lean, muscular back, this is literally all you need to do. Most people treat their back like it's just one big slab of meat. If you want that 3D, wide and thick look, you need to hit it strategically. And here's exactly how you do that. Start with one vertical pull. That's your main builder for width and a V taper. And then you're going to hit a horizontal pull with your elbows at 45 degrees. This builds thickness through your mid back. And then add one elbows out row. That brings out your upper back and rear delts. And we're going to do 2 secret sneak attack exercises that will really separate you from 90% of the lifters. Rear delt flies to round out your shoulders and shrugs to add size to your upper traps, which gives it that finishing touch to a dominant back. You look like an alpha toxic male after this. And just be aware, after this, you're no longer going to be you. You're just going to turn into a piece of meat that everyone wants a bite of. And we're finishing your pull day with just 2 bicep exercises. Not 10, 2. One with your elbows in front of your body for that deep stretch which builds the peak. And one with your elbows by your sides to train the full range and build overall size and strength. I must warn you again, you might have animal control show up due to those pythons coming out of your sleeves. Now, if you want a bigger chest, wider shoulders, this is the fastest way to do it on your push day. Now, my chest was always flat, like an ironing board, until I shifted my main focus to incline presses. Because studies have shown when you do a flat, incline and lower, they all have similar mid and lower pec growth. But the incline is the only one that also hits your upper chest too. So it hits everything. So slap on some inclines, then add in some flies to help carve out those lines between your chest and your shoulders. And for big, rounded shoulders. So when you take her on a movie date, she's resting her head on a solid, manly cushion, not some bony ass collarbone. Kick things off with a heavy overhead press. This is the foundation for building big, powerful shoulders and overhead strength. But the secret sauce to building 3D wider shoulders is from your lateral raises. It's 20% of the effort and gives you 80% of the results you're looking for. And to finish off the push day with arms that look massive without even flexing, we're going to strategically hit your triceps. Now here's the rule. Pick an overhead exercise to stretch the long head, that's the meaty part that hangs, and one by your side so you hit the short head, the one that makes you look ripped by just keeping your arms straight. So then you can act and casually flex around without looking you're trying. Ooh, 1 second, let me reach for my wallet. Alright, so now your whole upper body is taken care of. Unless you're planning on wearing jeans for the rest of your life, here's all you need to know to build a lower body that matches it. Any type of squat pattern to build overall leg size and strength. A hip hinge, like a Romanian deadlift where your hips are moving back. Imagine you're shutting a door with your butt. Now, not only is this building your hamstrings and your glutes, but every future lover is going to owe me a thank you card. Because those hips of yours, yeah, they won't be lying. They'll be handling business, if you know what I mean. And a leg curl to isolate the hamstring. And a leg extension to light up your quads on fire and bring that front thigh definition. And lastly, some calf raises. Because the last thing you want is your partner to have bigger calves than you. Not like that happens to me or whatever. It's my genetics. And that's the exact program I use on myself and my clients to transform them. But even the best program won't do jack shit if you don't fix this. Now imagine you're cooking for the queen. You spend, if not hours, days on a meal and finally serve it to her. She tastes it and spits it out. You forgot the salt. Now, don't sabotage your own results by skipping the most important ingredient, protein. You need enough protein to recover and actually grow, or you're just wasting your time. Research says 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is ideal. So if you're 180 pounds, which is around 80 kilos, you'll need 126 to 180 grams daily. Now I know that might sound crazy, but I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of exactly how I did that yesterday, and it wasn't that hard. So I kicked off my morning with a wank, and then I ate 6 large eggs. That's about 36 grams of protein according to Uncle ChatGPT. A couple of hours later, I had a double scoop protein shake. Easy 50 grams. By noon, I'm already at 86 grams of protein. And that's a win. Because hitting your protein earlier keeps you full and stops you acting like a fucking wild dog later in the night. And after that, lunch is always some form of chicken breast, 200 grams. Whether it's in a wrap, at a restaurant, just with some rice. I get some form of it, and that's 45 grams of protein right there. So before the afternoon even hits, I'm already cruising past 130 grams. That's the sweet spot, hitting your target early so you can have fun with your remaining calories. And with mine, I had enough left over for a KFC twister and I still stayed on track. Now look, your meals don't have to look anything like mine at all. Build your own lineup using the best protein and fiber sources you actually enjoy. Because that's how you stick to it for the long haul. And if you'd help with that, that's the second step in my Getting 15% Body Fat Jack guide. Now this next step is hands down the most crucial. And honestly, it's the easiest one to get right, but for some reason, we all keep screwing it up. And we're going back to the queen. Imagine you're finally making it up to her and you've baked the perfect cake. This time, everything's on point. You nailed every step, you little champion. And now you just need to let it rest and cool. But instead of waiting, you cut and open it way too soon. It falls apart, it's all mushy, and all your hard work's wasted, and the queen's pissed. That's exactly what happens if you don't let your body recover. You can do everything right in your training and your nutrition, but if you don't give your muscles time to rest, you cut the process short and you destroy your results you work so hard for. Now, I used to hate mornings. I'll see some twat all jolly at 7 and wonder what the fuck's wrong with this guy. And getting a good night's sleep and energy after waking up felt impossible until I started doing these three things. First, I made going to bed and waking up at the same time every day non-negotiable. And a bedtime alarm totally changed the game for me. So 10 p.m., wank and sleep. And lastly, I forced myself outside for some sunlight and a short walk as soon as I woke up. Because these little habits are called Zeitgebers. They sync up your body clock so you actually feel sleepy at night and alert in the morning. So nail these habits, you'll be automatically waking up in the morning at the same time, fresh with a big block of wood, and your hunger hormones won't be all over the place anymore. You'll recover better and get out more out of your training, and suddenly life just gets 100 times easier, man. Now, most people think escaping skinny fat, it's about lifting weights and hitting your calories. But there's one thing almost everyone overlooks. The single most powerful tool to help you lose fat and build muscle at the same time: walking. Whether you're bulking or cutting, getting your steps in is essential, and here's why. A study found that when two groups were in the exact same calorie deficit, the group that added even light activity like walking lost more fat and preserved more muscle than the group that only dieted. And when you're bulking, another study showed that people who stayed active throughout the day, taking more steps, stored less of their calorie surplus as fat and packed on more lean muscle, even when eating the same calories as the people who just sat around. So if you want to finally escape the skinny fat phase, walking is your secret weapon for building muscle with less fat gain. So here's exactly how you can sneak in 10,000 steps into your day. Start your day off with a beautiful 20-minute walk in the morning. Go sing with the birds. Say good morning to some honeys. That's 2,000 steps, and it'll also set your body clock. And after any one of your meals, do a 20-minute walk. That's another 2,000 steps, and it'll help your body digest your meal. You won't feel like a hot air balloon anymore. And instead of fighting for the closest parking spot always, just park 15 minutes away from work or wherever it is you go every day. You'll run into less idiots, plus walking there and back easily racks up 3,000 steps. And if you want to be more productive at work, do a 10-minute reset walk. Not only will you get a break from all the retards at work, you'll come back much more focused and sneak in an extra 1,000 steps. And honestly, just living your life, walking to the bathroom to wank, pacing on calls, running errands will fit in the rest of the steps. And before you know it, you're hitting 10 to 15,000 steps, burning an extra 500 to 700 calories a day without even thinking about it. It's beautiful. Whether you're cutting or bulking, if you follow these steps, you will lose fat and build muscle, guaranteed. That's how you escape skinny fat. But here's my honest advice. Stop overthinking it. Most people get stuck overanalyzing and never ever make a move. Just pick a path and go all in for 3 months. You'll be shocked at your results. And I guarantee you that you have so much potential waiting out there for you. So get your ass out there and fucking get it. Now here's the harsh truth. You can do everything right and still not see results. Because there are 5 dirty habits that are holding you back. And once I quit them, my results took off like a rocket. So watch this video next if you're ready to finally break through and turbocharge your results too.